that 3 to 5 million people a year get severe flu, and about 250 to 500,000 die from it. So I think we need to put this in perspective before we all freak out. Again, I don't want to downplay the economic impact, but I think we only have a few months.
So let's check what's going on, guys. The Dow plunges 1,000 points on coronavirus fears. Everyone's freaking out. Stock markets are dropping. They're thinking it's going to collapse. Stocks tumble, etc., etc. So let's just quickly get to it. What's up, guys? My name is Patrick Toussaint. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a 27-year-old entrepreneur from South Africa. God is my CEO. He tells me what to do, when to do, and how to do it. What is going on here? It is the stock market. So everyone is busy freaking out. It's crashing potentially. But what we're going to do, I'm going to hop inside of my computer, show you guys a little bit of the technical analysis behind the situation over here before you guys freak out, because history repeats itself. So you can find patterns that occur in history, and then you can just take advantage of them. So gonna hop inside my computer, but in the meantime, let's cue the intro. The street fight. Oh yes. Alrighty, what's up, guys? What's going on here is we are analyzing the American stock market because drama is going on around the world with the coronavirus, and people are getting scared, and stocks have been absolutely tanking today. So what we got looking at over here is the US NASDAQ 100. That is the combination of the top 100 US companies that are tech. For example, Apple and Microsoft, all the tech companies are in here. The NASDAQ 100 is a beautiful chart. It's been going in such a nice bull run. It was the highest performing index for this previous year. So people are saying that it's going to collapse, but we'll see what happens on the fundamental side behind the scenes. And when people are scared and the stocks collapse, what do? They buy gold. So if you go to the gold chart, you can see we've had a massive bull move up over here. We're on the daily time frame. So if you go to the 4 hour, it's been going up big time. So if we just zoom this a bit out, I mean, look at how beautifully gold behaved, guys. It was literally textbook. It was impulse, flag, breakout, impulse, bigger flag, a correction, okay, then impulse, then a flag, smaller one, and then impulse again. You guys have to understand how our market structure works, guys. It's not randomized all over the place, okay? So if you do this, this is the fundamental basis behind the movement of structure, okay? You get an impulse leg, which is generally a strong move with what the banks are doing. Then you get a correction, okay? And then just before the correction, sometimes you can get a bit of a whipsaw where it fakes people out high, fakes people out low, and then off it goes again. Okay, so you end up getting a flag style move. Okay, as you can see over here, impulse, flag, impulse, flag, impulse. So we're expecting it to correct again, and then off we go again. But we're going to quickly do the analysis over here. If we just clean this all up. Okay, so how would we trade this? Now, this is the thing. Let's just do this. So if we get the Fibonacci extension over here, the retracement from a swing low to swing high, as you can see, we tapped and we broke through the minus 27. The minus 68 we didn't get to yet, so we could still go up there before it pulls down. So all we have to do is just wait and see, guys. Patience. Wait and see. If we get up there, right? If we get up here, okay, and then we draw a sharper trend line over here like this, okay. If this trend line ends up, here we go, okay, if this trend line breaks, pulls back, we can try keep an eye on a fib over there and then expect another move down over here to potentially do a fake out this trend line before we explode higher. But this is all going to depend on the fundamental news, guys, with this coronavirus. Okay, so we're going to see what happens there. We're going to keep an eye on everything. So now let's pop that puppy off. Okay, so back to the NASDAQ. Let's go over there. This is a big move down, right? But in comparison to the previous moves, it just tends to always go back up and always break new highs. However, we have been in a bull move for a while. If we go to the monthly chart, okay, so every candlestick is 1 month time. Look at this, guys. We have been, it's pretty much a Bitcoin chart. It's been crazy, just been up all the way. We do need, for the health of the stocks, we do need a breather. We do need a correction back before we see new highs. So that move back from there to there, if we zoom in on the time frame, so we go to the weekly, and if I start with a trend line, okay, here would be an outer trend line. Let's check what's going on over here. All right, so okay, so we can start it from the bottom. Let's go bottom, right, and we can go all the way up to there. And if you put it on a line chart, so we go over here, see, because the wicks aren't the same on everybody's chart, because the brokers have spread, which changes it. So a slight few pips off on a wick, tip to tip, might change the whole angle of the trend line. So we can go to the line chart, and that is the close of the candles, right? The body close. Okay, so there, that is a solid trend line. Okay, so now we can at least get back down to there, which would be okay. But guys, from there to there is a massive move. If I just quickly check here in how many pips it is, I mean, that's 1,200 pips. Okay, so yeah, 1,200, 300 pips is pretty huge of a move. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in to the daily. Okay, and we have another trend line from there to there. Okay, so how it works is we've got an inner trend line and an outer trend line over there. When the one trend line breaks, you expect a flag correction and move to the next trend line. But remember, you don't just trade off of one thing. You combine that. You combine price action with trend line, with support structure, and with a fib and a counter trend line break. There's a bunch of confluences that go into a trade before you ever take a trade. So if we zoom in now, so we got quite a bit to go over there. If we decide to pick more of an inner trend line, we can go from there to there. So that trend line broke, okay, it broke. So now we could quite easily see price get back to at least there, but it's about how do we get there, okay? So we would zoom in more. We go to the 4 hours. You see how, guys, you do the analysis from top down. You always go top down. So we're going to go like this. We're going to zoom in. All right. Okay. So we go to the hourly, zoom in some more. And we have a trend line from the top over there to there. Okay. So this over here might be a decent zone to get in, okay? So it depends how things go with this. We're going to see what happens. Okay, hold on, let's just go back here. All right. So what we can do, Fibonacci from swing high to swing low. Okay. Okay, so now we have the first move. If we could get to this level here, the 78.60. So we can go to this horizontal ray, put it over there, and we try get a round number, 235, 2340. So let's go to 235 is fine. Okay, so that is a solid looking level to potentially go short, guys. So if price comes back up to here, right, breaks that high over there, and there's a bunch of people have their stops over here, so we do have a liquidity pool, which is an extra confluence to an entrance. You could potentially put your entrance over there as a risk entry, and then you decide your stop loss. Then this over here, the safer way to enter is if we have if it touches there and it touches there and it hits there and it hits there, we have a counter trend line. Okay, if this counter trend line breaks and then it comes back and retests, creates a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder with a fib over there, then this would be a good entrance to go short, guys. So that's what I am looking at currently, because remember, if you have a broker and you trade properly, if the stocks crash, it doesn't matter because you can earn cash on the way down as well. Okay, so sweet, guys. Hope you picked up a few tips. If you did, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and then I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Sweet, peace out, guys. Have an absolutely blessed day.